Malfunction. Need input.
Hey you guys, what is up? It is your boy Blaze here, coming at you once again from Need Input. So, Forest Gump, there's a few Mandela effects dealing with this movie. One of them happens to be the fact that now Forest is spelled with two R's instead of one. It's Forrest now. Many people, including myself, remember it always being spelled with one R, Forest, but it simply isn't that way anymore. Now, another Mandela effect with this movie is the fact that Sally Fields, who plays Gump's mother in the movie, her last name has been changed. She is just now simply known as Sally Field. The Mandela effect eliminated the S from her last name, and she's simply just Sally Field. Many people out there remember her always being Sally Fields, including myself, my mother, my father, my brothers, and my sister, and many of my friends remember her always being Sally Fields. And you can find evidence of this all over the internet.
A few weeks, a couple of months later was, I think, Sally Fields came on the show. Sally Fields came on the show.
Now, the biggest Mandela effect for this movie is, of course, the iconic scene where Forrest Gump is sitting on the park bench with a box of chocolates, and he says the all-famous line that we all know of, "My mama always said, life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get." And of course, the Mandela effect had to come and ruin that scene completely. And he now says, "My mama always said life was like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get," which totally ruins the scene. It doesn't make any sense, and I really don't like that scene anymore. But anyways, check it out.
My mom always said life was like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get.
It's crazy how the Mandela effect totally changed that line. Many of you out there, including myself, remember him always saying, "Life is like a box of chocolates." Even my family and my wife and many of my friends, I've asked them about this, and they all say, "Oh, it was always life is like a box of chocolates." As a matter of fact, you can just grab some random person off the street and say, "Hey, Forrest Gump," Tom Hanks' famous line when he's sitting on the park bench, and they'll jump up and say, "Life is like a box of chocolates," without any hesitation. There's not one person I have ever met that said life was like a box of chocolates. Now, I sit down and I watched this movie about a week ago with my wife. She wanted to see it, so we watched it together. And there is a scene where Gump's mother, Sally Fields, is passing away in her bed. Gump is sitting next to her, and he says, "What is my destiny?" And she says, "That's something you'll just have to find out on your own." And then she says another line. When we watched it last week, she said, "Life's a box of chocolate. You never know what you're going to get." However, that scene has now changed. She says something a little bit different, and it really benefits us. So all you skeptics out there who used to say life is was never once mentioned in the movie, we're all just having a memory lapse, or we're stupid, well, you might want to hush up and check this out.
What's my destiny, Mom?
You're gonna have to figure that out for yourself. Life is a box of chocolates, Forrest. You never know what you're gonna get.
Mama always had a way of explaining things so I could understand them.
Alright, so did you listen closely to what she said? She's now lying in that bed and says, "Life is a box of chocolate. You never know what you're going to get." Now, I watched this just last week with my wife, and as I said, I clearly remember her saying, "Life's a box of chocolate. You never know what you're going to get." That's why all these skeptics were always attacking us. They claimed that life is was never once mentioned throughout the entire full-length movie. We're just remembering the bonus feature where they were rehearsing and Tom Hanks is sitting on the bench and he said, "Life is like a box of chocolates." He never said it during the movie. Life is was never once said during the movie. We're just having memory lapses. Well, this recent change where she's now saying life is a box of chocolates validates our memory of him saying life is like a box of chocolates, because him sitting on the bench now saying life was like a box of chocolates is not his mother's quote. That's not what she's saying. She's lying in that bed and she clearly says this.
Life is a box of chocolates, Forrest. You never know what you're gonna get.
Alright, so follow along with me if you can. Due to this new recent Mandela effect, changing his mother's phrase yet once again, the entire scene where Forrest Gump is sitting up on that park bench and states, "My mama always said life was like a box of chocolates," makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. It's incorrect. That's not what his mother is saying. She's over here clearly saying life is a box of chocolates, not life was. Forrest is over here totally misquoting his mother. You'd think that he remembered her saying something like that as he grew up, but no, he doesn't at all. Unless you take the phrase, us, the Mandela effect people, remember him always saying, life is like a box of chocolates. You add that into the scene, it's correct, it's exactly quoting what she said. It just flows, bada bing, bada boom, it works, and enough is enough of that. What is going to be next with this movie, you guys? Is the Mandela effect going to make him say, "My mama always said life was like a box of cookies. You never know what type you're going to get"? I mean, come on. This is just getting crazy. But anyways, you guys, that's enough of this. This is Blaze from Eat Input saying, remember, be kind, rewind your mind. Peace out, everybody.